So welcome to the call. Thank y'all so much for taking time out of your evening to call in and to learn and grow with us. We love these calls just as much as hopefully y'all do because we get the opportunity to grow and learn from each other and really just the opportunity to lead. That's something that is a huge blessing with Plexus. But anyway, we're going to get started with the prayer. So if you guys would take a minute and pray with me. Lord God, we're just so grateful for this day. Grateful for the many blessings that you pour down. We have so much to be grateful for. And God, I ask that you be with us on this call as we learn and grow and help Jill and I to have the words that our team needs to hear so that they may be encouraged and motivated. And so that each day that they continue to become more like you and continue to reach more people and to grow. And God, we're so grateful for this team and how big of an encouragement they are. I know that I would not be the person that I am or where I am without these people. And I know that so many of us feel that way. We feel like a big family, and God, we know that you've provided that for us. And again, we're just so grateful for this opportunity, and we ask that you be with us this evening. It's in your son's name we pray. Amen. Alrighty, so I'm going to get to sharing my screen for those of you who are on the call. Or on the video, you can see what I'm doing. I will tell you, I've been having some technology problems, so those of you who can see me, let me know if I'm just like a hot mess over here. So can you see my screen? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Okay, so our call tonight, our focus is on staying motivated, and that means you motivating yourself. And our little graphic that we put on our little page says you only fail when you stop trying. And we all know that. It's very cliche to say that, if you give up, then you're not going to get to where you want to be. Well, we all know that. That makes sense. But the reason why we want to focus on staying motivated is because we know that things happen. Things come up. We get frustrated. We feel discouraged. Maybe somebody's ugly to us about Plexus, whatever it is, fill in the blank. We can lose some of our motivation and we stop pushing toward our goals. So we really wanted to just kind of focus in on staying motivated tonight. Go to the next slide. So the first thing we're actually talking about is setting goals and making a plan, okay? And I know, again, a lot of this stuff sounds cliche, but the reason it sounds cliche is because so many people say it, because so many people agree with it. They think it's important. And so we really want to challenge you guys to set daily goals. So that means this is what I'm going to get done today, kind of like a to-do list. How will I be successful today? How am I going to measure my success? If I get these things done, I will be successful. Because the reality is, if you watched Melissa Eigenhorst's video the other day, the interview that we did with her, the little call we did with her, she talked about how you can be scrolling on your phone all day. You can be doing all kinds of things all day and feel like you got nothing done. So the whole idea of setting daily goals or setting a daily to-do list is so that you feel successful at the end of the day. So if you work full time, your goals might be post one personal post about your family, your life, one Plexus post, and reach out to 2 people. And that's how you'll feel successful that day. Well, that's perfect. That's great. But make sure you're getting that done at the end of each day. I want you to set weekly goals. Maybe I'm kind of focusing in on those of you that work full time. I obviously just recently stopped working full time, but I know that the full-time work, it's hard, it's tough. And some of you that are stay-at-home moms, you have several kids at the house, I know that we all have full agendas. So the weekly goals, in my opinion, probably comes in on the weekends. So you're kind of thinking, okay, since I'm not able to devote as much time during the week, what can I do on the weekend to really make sure that I get everything accomplished? You want to, take advantage of that time as well. Setting monthly goals is huge. We talk about this every month on the page, right? We talk about PV, talk about promoting, we talk about personal growth, maybe reading a book, maybe setting goals to watch a certain amount of videos a week or something like that. Definitely set those monthly goals. I also want to encourage you that if you have a team, to set goals in your mind for them, like kind of, I really want to help so-and-so go silver. I want to help so-and-so get to 500 PV so that they hit that 25% commission. You can kind of set goals for yourself to help others. And I think that really motivates me. And I know that Jill does that too. It's very exciting when you're trying to help someone else build their business as well. We said set quarterly goals, like kind of think about in 3 months from now, where do I want to be? Do I know I'm trying to get to the next promotion? And do I want to, have X amount of people on my team? What is it that I'm trying to do? Where am I trying to get to? And then yearly goals. And guys, I will tell you, I have the hardest time setting longer term goals because I'm very much like, I'm in it right now. I'm trying to focus on right now. I'm trying to be in the moment. And that's fine. But I will tell you that it's really exciting to set those longer term goals. You can kind of dream bigger, because the reality is I want to go emerald, I want to go diamond, but that's not happening next month. That's not happening for me. I'm not going to be a diamond next month. Not going to happen. And that's okay. It's kind of crazy for me to think that would happen. But in a year, well, that's more reasonable, right? And that's exciting. So I definitely challenge you guys to make those goals and write them down. I actually am in the process at Octo. That's what I do. I write them down. I make them cute with little markers. I'm a teacher, so you don't have to do it that way. You can put it on your phone. I usually do put it on the background of my phone, but I'm trying something new this month just because. But I'm going to write them down, and I'm going to include my monthly goals, obviously, because it says October, but at the bottom, I'm going to also put kind of what my long-term goals are, like how I want to rank. And so anyway, I already kind of talked about the second thing. Start small. Like think about those short-term goals. Those, this week, what can you do? What things can you do to grow yourself, to reach out to other people, to grow your business? And then kind of expand your view. Remind yourself of your goals regularly. That's why we say write them down or put them on the background of your phone. Like one of my favorite things is to put it on the background of my phone. Like I said, I'm changing up a little bit. I'm going to put something else on the background of my phone. But it has to do with Plexus. Y'all don't worry. But make it somewhere that you are going to see them all the time. So I'm going to put mine, I don't know, I'm going to move my computer. See this wall right here? It's right next to my desk area. And that's where I'm going to hang my goals so that I see them every time I walk into my little office space. I said that your plan should match your goals. So what I mean by that is once you have your goals, you need to make a plan. So let's say, I'll just tell y'all, I'm trying to go Ruby next month. That's what I'm trying to do. No, I'm going to do that. I'm not even going to say try. I'm going to go Ruby next month. And what am I going to do to get there? Well, if I'm saying I'm going to go Ruby, but I'm not doing anything that matches that goal, I'm not going to go Ruby. Like that's just the reality. So what am I going to do to match those goals? And so, for example, I know that I need to be following up with my customers because the best ambassadors are happy customers, right? I need to be following up with my potentials. I need to be checking in with them. I need to be making new contacts daily. And if you did not watch that Melissa Eichenhorst video, you need to. We asked her specifically, what does that mean, making new contacts or prospects? What does that mean? And she went into details and it was super helpful. I need to be doing that daily. I need to be reaching out to my team. I need to be growing them so that they feel encouraged and motivated and they are, start the duplication process like we've talked about. So those are things that I'm going to have to do and fit into my schedule, my agenda so that I can reach my goals. And of course I have more goals. That was just like one of them. But that's just an example of you need to make sure that your plans match your goals. And then also we want you to share your goals with your upline, with your spouse, with your power partner, all three of them, just one, share with somebody because that accountability piece is super important. Okay, also realize that it makes it a little scary. Like I just told all of you that I'm trying to hit Ruby this month, and then if I don't do it, all of you know, and it might be a little embarrassing for me if I don't. So,
I'm trying to find the person. Hold on. Got him. Okay.
Got him. Awesome. So I just told all of you guys that I'm trying to go Ruby, and if it doesn't happen, it might feel a little embarrassing. But the reality is, guys, it kind of, it's one of those things. It's a setback, but I'm gonna be just fine. I mean, if I don't hit Ruby this month for whatever reason, I'm gonna be just fine. Like it doesn't change my goals in my life. It doesn't change the fact that this is what I want to do. It doesn't change the fact that this is what God has in store for me, that this is his plan for me. It's just a setback. And so we have to kind of move past that fear of, you know, people holding us accountable. We want people to hold us accountable. I want you guys, I want Jill, I mean, my husband even to say, no, you said you were going to push. You need to be pushing. What are you doing? Because there might be a night where I'm tired and I don't feel like, you know, being motivated, and I'm going to need somebody to say, hey, remember your goals. Come on, let's do this. So we really want you to have someone that you share your goals with. And that's why we said, you know, upline, spouse, power partner, anything like that. Because we know that sometimes our families aren't the most encouraging. They're not the ones that are rooting us on. So get with someone and let them know your goals so that you have that accountability, and also you have that support, because sometimes, you know, you get stuck and you need someone to kind of help you, push you along, give you some ideas. So hopefully that's helpful. I'm going to implement the power hour. Okay. So again, with staying motivated, we need to feel successful. I don't know about you. But like I said, I'm a teacher. I was a teacher. Haven't said past tense. I guess I still am a teacher. Just not currently practicing teaching children. And so, you know, there are times when I was like busy, maxed out. I mean, doing all kinds of a million things all over the place. I felt like I could not get a single task accomplished. And one of my little like lines that I would always say is, I'm doing 100 things at 2% and nothing at 100%. And if you're like me, that's okay, what in the world am I doing? I'm not getting anything done. I feel just like a hot mess. And so part of staying motivated is having a plan for you to feel successful. And so that's why Melissa also mentioned this, implementing Power Hour, okay? And she does have, Kelsey posted it in B-Plexus, a Power Hour plan, and there's a video that goes with it, so you can look at that more if you want to. But it's setting aside a specific amount of time each day for your business, okay? And so there's a video, it's one of the Diamond something, somebody's being interviewed videos, and basically the girl says that when people tell her, I don't have time, like, I don't have time to do Plexus. I don't have time for that. I work too much. I don't have time for my family. I don't have time for my husband, she says to them, will you ever have more time than you do right now if you change nothing? So like, how do you expect to just get more time by doing the same exact thing? And so that's something to think about. I know that is the daily struggle. That is the daily struggle we all have of like, do I have time to post that? Do I have time to message so-and-so? Do I have time to go to this opportunity meeting? Do I have time to call in? Well, the reality is you're never going to have more time than you have right now if you continue doing exactly what you're doing. Chances are, without Plexus, you still didn't have enough time. So there might be some sacrifices involved with trying to pursue your business, but in the long run, you're going to have so much more time, right? Eventually, you're going to have so much more time with your family. You're going to set your own hours. You're going to be able to do what you want to do, when and how you want to do it. So that's something to think about. Kind of went off on a tangent. Sorry. Implementing Power Hour. The suggested amount is about an hour. Now, if you stay home, if you work part-time, you might be able to devote more time, which we definitely recommend. If you have the time to have a Power Hour that's like 2 or 3 hours, by all means, do it, right? But especially for those of us, who work full-time, you want to make sure you're setting aside at least that hour or 30, 45 minutes a day to do as much as you can. And that's where that to-do list comes in, that setting daily goals, your to-do list, and making sure that your to-do list still matches those goals. So if this month you are trying to, let's back up a couple days since we're at the very beginning of the month. So let's say last month you were saying, I'm really trying to promote to silver, really trying to get silver. Well, your to-do list, especially since if you're on Jill's team, she was running a special. So your to-do list should be to share the special with people, follow up with them, tell them about the special. We don't want to worry about, I'm trying to even think, I don't know, something else that's probably still important. But in the moment, right now, the last 3 days of the month, when someone's running a special, we need to make sure we're doing that and we're making sure we're following up because that matches our goal. And so something that I read that I wanted to share with you guys is on your to-do list, when you're making your daily to-do lists, do the hardest things first. So if you absolutely hate making new contacts, like reaching out to someone and saying, hey, haven't talked to you in 3 years, just want to see how life is going. If that makes you like cringe and makes you feel uncomfortable, do it first, okay? Because it will give you a sense of accomplishment, and then you will be more motivated to finish the rest of your to-do list. And I've realized that since I've been like home the past like week and a half, there's certain things I really don't like to do. I mean, I already knew that, but even more so now. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to put them at the beginning of my to-do list. I'm going to do them first, because then, once I get those done, I'm like, oh, the rest of the day is easy breezy. Like, this feels good. Okay. So it really works. You're kind of like doing a thing on your own brain, but it totally works. So I definitely recommend doing that. Was this you, Jill? I think so.
Kind of. Yeah, we're kind of going to talk together. So kind of what Allie was talking about a minute ago, it just like, I don't know, this sparked something with me. So she said, start small with a goal. Like, no joke, okay? Because I know when you get into Plexus, the first thing, you start creeping big time on people. We all did it. You like stay up and watch some YouTube videos, and you're like stalking these people, and you're like, holy smokes, I'm never going to be like that. I can't, what? That girl got 100 people on her team? Oh, I don't even know 100 people, okay? I've said it. I can say this, and I can kind of like laugh a little bit, because this was me. Like, Kelsey, Allie, and I were talking like 50 people. Y'all, I haven't talked to 50 people in forever. Like, we literally was like, oh my God, how do you even try? I don't even know. So that start small thing, mega. Yes, the big picture is awesome. And you tell yourself, I'm going to get that Lexus. I'm still telling myself that. I'm going to get that Lexus. I'm going to go to Maui. I'm going to do this. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom one day, whatever it is. Yes, those are long-term. But again, that small thing, I just have to hit on this also. If you don't look at the small, you're going to quit. You flat out are going to quit. And that's what this slide is about right here. Refuse to quit. So before we got on the call, I was talking to Claire. She's on here somewhere. And we were just kind of talking. And she said, like, teaching. She's a teacher too. She teaches high school. And she said something about their notebook. She said, I literally wanted to gouge my eyes out. I am just barely swimming. I am barely surviving right now for 6 weeks of school. And let me tell y'all, all of you on the call, I'm going to throw myself out there. I'm going to zoom through real quick and say all the people out there so you can hold me accountable too. I'm not going to lie. I'm barely doggy paddling right now. Like, this is Jill's life. Like, that's what I'm doing right now. So don't think that the further you are along, easy breezy, woo, like whatever. No, because I have the mentality, I will not quit. I am not taking no for an answer. I am not going to be a lazy teacher or a lazy Plexus ambassador. My kids in my classroom are going to pass, and they're going to be at the top where they need to be. And my Plexus business is going to be at the top where it needs to be for me. Quitting is not in my vocabulary. So that's what I was telling Claire. We've all got these lifestyles. No matter if you're a teacher, you went back to school full time, you're somebody who your boyfriend and you just like broke up. I mean, your husband's looking at you like, because Dakota, come in here real quick. We're going to pull us in here. This is not part of my plan. This is God speaking to me. Come in here. I need you on the call. Come here.
Does he have clothes on? No.
Yeah, he's half naked. Come here. Okay. So I want you to tell people, like, literally, you remember about like 8 months ago when you were kind of like Plexus schmexus and you kind of hit a low?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell people like the sacrifice of like what we kind of had to do and like what you had to realize and kind of how I was refusing to quit in the circumstance.
I just kind of had to step back and look at the situation. Yes, my wife, when she kind of got taken away from me a little bit. I'm not saying taken away, but she was devoting more of her time toward this business, and which I needed to understand that she's not doing it for herself. She's doing it for us. She had to make the sacrifices to help her out that will help us out in the long run. And I couldn't see that at first, but I told her about it. We talked about it, and she refused to quit, and I said, all right, well, I got you back 110%. So I just had to learn to deal with it, and turn out it's probably one of the best things, I don't know, she's ever done. So I can't say anything bad about that. I don't like to be putting on the spot neither. So
I'm sorry, but okay. So like refusing to quit, even though like I had, and Allie knows, because I even talked to Allie. I was like, what's Dakota's problem? Like, oh my God, like I can't, what am I going to do? Da, da, da. And she's like, well, what are you going to do if he doesn't support it? And I said, then he's not going to support it. I'm not quitting. So in the end, somebody who is my sole partner in life, and I'm not saying my marriage was in the shams. No, not at all. I'm saying my husband was like, you on the phone again? You going to talk to that girl again? She texting you again? Like that kind of thing. And he realized, like, we had TV shows that we used to watch together all the time. We were TV junkies. And he'd be like, you going to watch this show? And I'm like, no. He's like, you don't even care about our TV shows anymore. That's the sacrifice here. My marriage didn't sacrifice, but TV sacrificed. Yeah. Things like, I'm a reading teacher. I love to read. I read 4 and 5 books at a time sometimes. My reading kind of was a sacrifice. I was only reading 1 book instead of 4 books. I have OCD really bad. Anybody who's come to my house exactly knows that the second they walk through the door. Really bad. But I kind of had to get out of my own head and tell my OCD tendencies, that can wait. That dish in the sink can wait, because I've got to make some sacrifices here, because I am not quitting. Nobody can pull me down, not even my husband, not even somebody that, nobody, because your goals are what's going to get you to focus. And those times when you hit those lows, you rehire yourself every flipping day. I rehired myself today. Today I did. I rehired myself today. Today my kids were a bunch of whack jobs, y'all. They just, like, I needed to bring a bottle of Ritalin to school and just dish it out like it's making it rain. That's where I was today. And it's the end of the 6 weeks. It's the end of the month with Plexus. Lots going on, but it's exciting stuff that's going on. And it's how I choose to view the situation. I could literally choose and say, I'm done. I'm going to my couch today. I'm over it. Da, 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 da. Or, you know what? I'm blessed I have a job. I've got a team I can talk to about this. I've got a way to, stay motivated. And I am getting out of the classroom. I am. And this is my light to do it. I am healthier. And this is what I'm doing. I am helping people get healthier. I have that. So no matter the time, what Allie said, we're never going to have more time. It's how you choose to view your time, how you choose to view your daily tasks and your monthly goals all sum up to that. Holding yourself accountable every single day. Did I do this? Did I do this on my weekly goals? Did I do this on my monthly goals? Did I do this? It doesn't matter the time. It doesn't have to get done by 10 a.m. because in teacher world, that does not exist for me. Plexus Jill usually doesn't start till about 6 and 7 at night. And those of you that, contact me during the day know that. I cannot get back with you during the day. But those are things that I have to hold myself accountable. No matter how my day's gone, I've got things I've got to do when I get home that is going to count for my business. And again, it's a sacrifice that I choose to make. But in the end, I'm going to have time freedom. I'm going to have financial freedom. I'm not going to have to go to a 40-hour-a-week job. I'm not going to have to go to late meetings and conferences and things. I'm going to get to do this in the comfort of my own home, which is only going to take me 2 and 3, maybe 4 hours a day, and then I'm done. And then I'm able to do my freedom that I have been, that Plexus offers for us. And we hear that freedom thing, and a lot of us get twisted and say, but wait, I'm just swamped. I'm on my phone. Not in the beginning. There isn't freedom in the beginning. If you're choosing to draw your line and go to the top of this business, there's not a lot of freedom, especially once your team starts to grow, especially when your customer base starts to grow. Now, in the beginning, things are different because you start smaller. But when your goals start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it's going to happen. So that's going to lead us into a minute when I'm going to talk about prepare for those setbacks, because we do have to talk about that. But anyways, this one is like super big because your goals relate to this. The only difference between you and me, or you and Melissa Eichenhorst, or you and our Double Diamond, or you and the girl who just got her Lexus, or you and the girl who just came off the Maui plane, or you and the girl who just paid off her house, she didn't quit. Point blank. She didn't quit. And I know, I get it, because I did it too. Y'all, I'm real folk, real straight up folk, flat out, wet hair, no bra on right now, like real as can be. And I know when I came into Plexus, I looked at people and put them on pedestals, and I looked at people and was like, oh my God. I mean, I still do that. I know Allie and I were talking yesterday. She's like, I was on the phone with Melissa Eichenhorst. What? Like, what is that? We do that. But the only difference between you and me, or you and her, or you and Al, we put our panties on the same exact way every single day. We didn't quit. That's all that it is. It's who's been here and who hasn't quit it. So reward yourself. If you didn't quit this week, woo, reward yourself. What's your goal for next week? Write it down. Make a plan. And kind of what I told you on our team page the other day. You hold on to that why, y'all, and you grip it so flippin' tight, and it drives you to the end. So the days that I'm like today, barely swimming, phones buzzing constantly, kids screaming, parents going, deadlines, lesson plans, it's not an option. I'm not going to fall out. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep going because the end is better. The light is better. Joy is better than negative. They both take energy, and it's a lot less energy to smile than to frown. It really is. To make yourself look mopey takes a lot more energy. So promise you feel like you're drowning. I've been drowned in too. Okay, we all have, and I've thrown that out there for you too. And that's vulnerable for me to say because I'm your leader, and this is what it is. But this isn't all peachy keen all the time. It's not at all. And so I'm gonna throw that out there too with goals. My goal this month is to go emerald. That's my goal. If you've been following me, you've probably been seeing my green hearts everywhere, and that's me telling myself in every single status, that's what's on my mind, and that's what I'm going to get. And I'm going to claim it. And I've got all those things that Allie talked about that I've got to do daily, weekly, weekends, monthly to get me there. So those are things you've got to get there. And the last sums it up. Honestly, I feel like the call could just be this quote is they didn't quit. That's it. They didn't quit. So you get to decide, are you going to push yourself? Or you get to decide, because no one else is going to do it for you. I can't run your leg for you. Allie can't run your leg. Your confident month one can't run your leg. You had a great month one and you feel that you can sit back and MLM from here on out, residual income. It's not the case. Nobody can quit. You can. Like Melissa said yesterday, she's a diamond, and she's still every single day does her power hour follow-up, whatever it is. So that's a powerful slide. So sorry I got off on that tangent.
I just want to chime in real quick. I love what you said. I just, the couple of things that came to my mind is the reward yourself. And guys, I'll be honest with you, that's not something that I'm very good at. I'm not somebody who's a big, pat myself on the back person, oh, Allie, you did good. I'm just not. And I think it has a lot to do with my anxiety, which caused self-esteem problems, which caused depression, all of those things. For me, it's very difficult for me to toot my own horn. It's very difficult for me to feel proud. And some of you might be like that, and you might, relate to that. And so the whole refusing to quit because, well, you can do this, that confidence might be hard for you. But I want to tell you that through continuing to be in this business, your confidence will grow. You only need a little bit. And like Jill said, hang on to it. If you're sharing your goals with people, people are going to be encouraging you. People are going to be motivating you. People are going to make you feel like you're a freaking rock star when you don't even think that you are. Truly, true life. I tell Ryan all the time, I feel so cool. And I don't mean that in a toot my own horn way. I mean, I'm not even this cool, y'all. I'm not, and it's
times have I told you that about me?
Yeah. And I know some of you that are new, you're probably I don't feel that way yet, but you will, because the Plexus community is wonderful and amazing, and I love it. And I was actually talking to Kelsey about that today. We were just talking about how people are so nice. They're just so nice. They'll come and post on a picture of your dog and say it's the cutest thing they've ever seen. And you're like, I don't even know you, but thank you. It just makes you feel so good. So as far as rewarding yourself, I want you to think of things that you wouldn't normally do for yourself. Maybe it's go get a pedicure even. Maybe it's go shop around Target and spend $25 on crap you don't need. Let's be honest, we all don't need anything at Target most of the time. But kind of make yourself little rewards that if I do that, if I the whole month I reach out to X amount of people, or I reach my goal, I add 3 people to my team, or whatever your goals are, I don't know, but whatever they are, if you do that, allow yourself to be rewarded. Okay. I will tell you that yesterday, my team they did something amazing that they've never done before. They added, what did I say? In 3 days, 11 people. And that's huge for my team. And 2 people added 2 ambassadors each. I mean, it was fabulous. I was just like, ah! And I told Ryan late last night, it was like 11:50. It was so late. Or no, 10:50 because it rolls over at 11. I told him, I said, I feel like I am like on top of the world right now. And he was like, really? I said, yes. I feel so excited. I know I worked hard. I know my team was working hard. And it's just like a high. You just feel so good. And I said, this is the best feeling ever. And like seeing like one of the girls promoted, she went silver. And I wanted to cry. Like I was so filled with joy, and it has nothing to do with, I didn't promote. I didn't do anything necessarily other than add people to the team, but it was awesome. And that's the moment that I have to hold on to when in a couple of weeks or a couple of days, even some of my people turn off their AQ. I'm going to be annoyed, oh yeah, well, it's okay. Life happens. It's okay. I'm going to keep on trucking. But anyway, why I told you all of that I got like a high off of it is that becomes your reward. That like, at first it might be that you want to go spend $25 at Target, or you want to go and get a new outfit or whatever, and that's perfect. But eventually your reward becomes getting joy out of what other people are doing and watching your team grow.
That is 100% correct. We had a girl on my leg. She's my level 2, Larissa. I don't know if she's on the call. I haven't zoomed across.
She is.
Oh, she is. Okay. Larissa went gold the other day, y'all. I literally felt like I went gold, like, because I remember going gold, and it was just, I worked my tail off, and I know how hard it is to go gold. It's the hardest rank. And I've seen her every step of the way work her butt off. Refusing to quit has not been in her vocabulary. And that's something, like, I literally was driving and I was like, like that's what I did in the car. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't even like text fast enough to send the picture. And I sent it over to Allie and sent it over to Kelsey. And we just were like, everybody was like, woo! Like talking and screaming. And it wasn't even me. She wasn't even my level 1, but they know that I talk about her doing so well to them, and they shared it. It was a reward. So for me, September was fabulous because somebody who worked her booty boo off deserves that 110%. So praises to you, girl. Those become your rewards big time. All right. Head on. Staying positive. That's the biggest key, y'all. Biggest key. We don't have no times for negative Nellies. We only do positive Pollies here. So the second you want to, she da-da-da-da-da, and her AQ this, and I don't know, my team's falling apart, and my customers are dropping off, and nobody wants to take this Plexus, and everybody wants to stay fat. Y'all, we can just keep going with the excuses. Just keep them rolling. You're wasting your breath. You're wasting your time. Instead of saying what they're not doing, you need to focus on what is happening and what you're going to do to continue for it to happen. Surrounding yourself with positive people is key. And I'm going to tell you flat out right now, the most positive people you're going to meet, you're going to find them on B-Plexus. You really are. You really are. We have some people on this team who literally make me feel like I'm a celebrity, who literally I could claim as one of my best friends, and I've never seen them in person, or only seen them once, or maybe twice. That's it. That is powerful. So surrounding yourself with positive people. And let me just tell you right now, because this kind of goes with my next slide. Prepare yourself for setbacks. You're going to have people who are not positive. Okay, I was trying to find an appropriate word there. Not positive. And yeah. So, Allie, are you drinking a beer?
It's my pumpkin beer.
Oh, I'm jealous now. Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, I had to ask. But anyways,
I usually drink wine, y'all.
I know, that's why I had to ask. But anyways, surround yourself with positive people. Here's the deal. You got some people who are not positive, and they, like my video the other day, they are going to pick, prod, poke, stab, and ridicule. Literally, okay? I've had 3 people I can think of off the top of my head. 2 of the girls were in my wedding, and no longer want to be associated with me at all anymore because I do Plexus and I choose Plexus. I recently, hold your horses, ready for this. I recently got demoted from a wedding. Literally, I got asked to step down because the person does not agree with what I'm doing. And that's okay. That is okay. That's what happens. They are not meant to be in my inner circle. because they are not uplifting me right now. They are not my positive people to be around. God is protecting me. My own sister-in-law, okay, chooses to not even be my friend on Facebook, deleted me, chooses to not even associate nor say my name, because what I'm doing is different. What I'm doing is not her normal. And that's okay. Those are not my positive people to be around. I have my positive people. Every single one of you on this call is my positive people. You're right here right now supporting me. You're right here right now listening. You are praising. You make me feel amazing. You make me want to do better. You make me want to lead better. You make me want to be stronger. That's my positive. So you find your positive. In the beginning, y'all, I didn't have all you. I didn't have all that, okay? And even if it's one person, if it's your husband who's saying, babe, we're going to get that Lexus. We're going to get that Lexus. If it's your mom saying, whoo, my daughter's going to do it because she's going to let me retire, whatever. Find your positive person. Seriously. This is something, you got to do things that make you happy. You really do. And I told Rachel this today. Rachel and I were in the classroom together. And I told Rachel today, because her and I had a heart-to-heart. I talked to her about, doggy paddling over here. And I flat out told her, I said, even though if I'm not meant for Plexus, and if Plexus doesn't work out, and something happens, heaven forbid, something happens, I know that God's telling me to do something else besides the classroom. Because what he has branched out in me right now for these people, for this compensation, for the rewards, for the praises, for making a difference, that makes me happy. And that shows me
a better person too.
Yeah, that makes me happy. Makes me a better person. And that shows me what I'm doing every day in the classroom. Yeah, there's aha moments. I don't want to bash that. There's aha moments. There are. But I don't agree with the state of Texas right now. I don't. And it's hard for me to go into somewhere where I feel like a hypocrite some days. And it's hard for me for that. And I don't feel like a hypocrite in Plexus. I 100% all the way pro Plexus believe every bit of these products, every bit of what they can do, every bit of they can change your life, every bit of how this company can pay your bills, every bit how they can save you from debt, from credit card burden. I know because I've lived it. And I'm here, and it's positive. And that is what I've got to surround myself in. So if you haven't found your positive, I have enough positive for you. By all means, I will share it with each and every one of you. If you have not found something that you don't like or have not fell in love with, contact me or Allie or Kelsey. We've got it. Seriously. We've got it. Things are mega. Now, in the beginning, I didn't have all this positive. I had to live it. I had to be a product of the product, a product of the company. I had to go throughout the ups and the downs, and I'm still going on the ups and the downs and the hills and the valleys and the tornadoes and the earthquakes, y'all. This is one big ride. It really is. Now, if you are not a faithful person, I'm not going to apologize to you. This is all glory to God. Every single reason that we are here is glory to God in my book. Every single reason that I'm a Plexus ambassador, that he has allowed me to be successful in this company, and that he is lining up this next promotion for me. It is all because of him. Every single bit of it. I don't claim this. He's given me what I've needed to do it. So if you're somebody who's faithful, you're somebody who's a prayer partner, you're somebody who believes, you need to box up your business, literally, and you need to hand that box over to him and say, God, it is in your hands. It is in your hands. You are in control 110%, and I'm ready to listen and hear and feel from you every single bit. And you put that box up in his hands, and you know what? He's got that blessing for you on that shelf. You go and get that blessing off that shelf, every single bit of it, and you've got to pray circles around it. Write it down. Speak it into existence. I'm not talking about praying in your head. I'm talking about out loud prayer. Speak it into existence. I am now, what this morning in my prayer, I'm gonna share with y'all. It's October the 1st, and I literally told God today, I thank you, Lord God, for making me emerald. I thank you. It feels so good to be emerald. I spoke it into existence. I'm not saying when I get emerald. I'm saying, thank you for this emerald. I am going to do this. It feels amazing this month. I'm claiming it. You've got to speak it out there. Focusing on things, okay, that's going to get you to get there. My big focus is prayer. That's what gets me there. That's a personal growth for me. How can I pray deeper? How can I pray stronger? How can I pray better for my team? And I literally say this genuine 100%. We had 137 ambassadors yesterday. I literally pray for 137 people. Now, I don't literally go down by name. I say, Lord, take my team of, or excuse me, 437. I don't know what I'm talking about here. So we have 437. I say, please take the 437 people, these lives that we have, Lord. I am praying for each and every one of you. So I ask you, if you're a prayer partner, pray for me. I need prayer too. By all means, pray for Allie. Pray for all of us. Every single person on this call. If you've got one customer, pray for that customer, that these products are what they've been looking for. Okay? And you share that positivity through your customers, through your ambassadors, through your team, and through people who are just on your sideline. You know, if somebody doesn't benefit you financially, you still form a relationship with them. Big. Because we need linking partners here. We need people that we can hold on to and get through this. Some of the greatest relationships I have in this business, I don't benefit from them financially, and they don't benefit from me financially. So focusing on those personal growths, videos, books, and calls. Right here on my nightstand, this is the book. I'm almost done. I absolutely love this book. If you are somebody, Allie's read this book. I think Kelsey's in the middle of it. Rachel's also started. I think she's doing the audio version, so she's listening to it in her car because she drives like 40 miles every day to and from work. The Circle Maker. Y'all, it's not about network marketing. It's not about building a business. It's not about making more money. It's literally praying circles around your life. It's literally praying in a different way that I didn't even know that I was praying in a way, not that was wrong, but it has made me a bolder prayer person, I guess you would say. It's made me think deeper about myself. It's made me grow. It's made me talk to Dakota differently. It's made me just process things in a whole different way. So that's a completely different thing. But go get the book. It's amazing. All right, take me to the next slide, Allie. Oh, I love I picked that little emblem. Hold on, I love this little sticker here. The gold, I just loved it. It says, you are capable of amazing things. If you did not know this, you are. You are. Like, I say this all the time. Little old me, like, whatever. Even if you get 5 customers, y'all, that's amazing. That is amazing. You get 1 ambassador. That is amazing. Those are big things because A, it's not normal. It's not the normal business. Everybody thinks you're weird. B, you were bold. C, or you're helping people. All of that wrapped up in one is amazing things. So just praise yourself each and every step of the way because you're doing amazing things.
Oh yeah. And too, like Jill and I talked about this before, you know, when we accidentally, not even purposefully, compare ourselves to others. Like, I know even with Jill, sometimes I'll say like, well, I know this is nothing compared to you, but, and then I say what I'm excited about. And she'll be like, don't say that because what do you mean nothing compared to me? We don't need to have that conversation. You just be excited for you. And so we do that by accident sometimes. But guys, even just the smallest thing, like I remember the first paycheck I got, I don't even remember how much it was, but I was just like, oh, it's the best feeling ever because, you know, it was more money than I had before, you know, and that was pretty good. And I remember the first time I signed an ambassador, I was like, oh, this is exciting. Like, I mean, celebrate those things that are happening to you, and they're not little. Just like we say to celebrate your health goals, you know, when you lose 1 pound, you feel really excited. When you drop a pant size, you feel really excited. When you sleep through the night one night without waking up and you're somebody who wakes up all the time, that is a celebration. We're not waiting for you to be, you know, sleeping perfectly through the night for a year before we celebrate. No, we celebrate each thing. And so I want to encourage you guys also to remember to celebrate as you go, just like Jill was saying, because those little, what we call little things are huge. Yeah. And in the long run, they grow and they build up into something even bigger that you never even dreamt of. So
exactly, because like when I hit silver, I was just as excited when I hit silver, when I hit Senior Ruby, just as excited, flat out, jumped, screamed, called my friends, took a picture of my points, like every little bit, like, and that, I'm not saying that was little, that was big. It was big. Every little thing. It's not looking at the end result. You take every step of the way. Okay. So that's just one that you don't learn anything else tonight, celebrate you for everything that you're doing.
Kelsey brought to my attention that apparently when I scroll through to look at y'all can see my mouse moving. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm doing. I'm creeping on people. I just want to see who's on the call. Hello. Okay. Last one. Expect setbacks.
Yeah, okay. I kind of hit on this one a little bit. Setbacks are going to happen in your personal life for people who are non-plexus at all. It's going to happen. Happened to me. Just wait if it hasn't happened to you. And prepare how you're going to handle it. Okay? Prepare how you're going to handle those things. People are going to quit. People are not going to love the product like you love it. People are not going to be committed and as passionate. You may sign your first ambassador, but your ambassador may not do a thing. I mean, my first ambassador is a rock star, but for like 6 months, she didn't do anything.
That's what I was going to talk about.
And so, literally, so I could have been like, whatever, I hate Allie. We're not friends anymore. She doesn't want to do plexus with me. I literally respect her and said, okay, whatever you want to do. That's fine.
She was super nice.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do. If you don't want to do this, I can't force you to do this. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to do this with or without you. I'm going to make money with or without you. I'm going to get healthy with or without you. I mean, she was getting healthy, but she wasn't telling people how she was getting healthy. And so that's all it was. That's it. That was a setback for me, but it was a purposeful setback because she wasn't ready yet. She had things that she needed to work on. God wasn't ready for us yet to be a partnership. He wasn't. So that's something. But like, before you even get to ambassadors, your customers, you're going to have somebody buy a big triplex and it's going to sit on their kitchen counter for a month, and you're going to message them and you're going to say, girl, have you started? No. We're going to start Monday. Girl, have you started? No. Well, my husband says that he read this about the product on the internet and people are going 3 arms and they're having alien babies. Oh, I mean, y'all are going to hear the craziest thing in the world. My friend says that her ex-mom's dog's puppy's owner was on plexus and they gained 30 pounds. No, they gained 30 pounds because they went through Wendy's every day. But those are things that are going to happen. And then you're going to have somebody who loves the product for 4 months. They lose 30 pounds and then they go on the all-inclusive cruise and they go to the buffet section. And then they come back from the cruise and they never get back on it. And they want nothing to do with it again. And so it's just like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I love what we've read over and over again. We can't motivate people. And you may be like, what, Jill? I'm on this call. It's what you're doing. No, I can't motivate people. We're looking for the motivated. You're either already motivated or you're not.
And if you're on the call, you're motivated.
You're motivated. Exactly. So I'm telling you what is happening for when the people are going to come. You're going to want it for them so bad. Literally, there's still people on my team. I want it for them so bad. They're struggling financially. They're struggling with weight and health. And I'm just like, you can do this. And they're just sitting there and being negative but I can't do it for them. But I have to accept that setback. She could have been a rock star. She could have been amazing. She could have, done these things. But that's not for them. So I've got to move on and focus on my next positive. So I told y'all this in the video the other day. For every negative, you focus on 2 positives. For every person that hates the product, you go read the one that loves the product. For every person that quits, you go talk to the person who just signed. And you just say, I don't have time. Sorry about the negative. Move out of my way. I'm keep going on. I mean, we could talk about this for hours, but that's literally what you have to do. So giving up on your goal because of one setback is like slashing your other 3 tires because you got a flat. What is the purpose in that? Not a dang thing. When you've got a flat, you go fix the one flat. That's all you do. You fix the one flat, you keep the 3 that are going good, and you sail on. So if you've got one setback, okay, fix that one setback, focus on the 3 that are working, and you drive off. Skirt off, keep going. That's what you have to do here. You have to stay neutral. So think of the worst case scenarios. What would be awful to you in plexus? I'm going to go ahead and tell you my awful right now. It makes me want to puke to think about it. If Allie comes to me tomorrow and says, Jill, I quit plexus. Me and my whole team, everybody's quitting. We're done. We hate the products. You suck at life. You're an awful leader. We want to leave you. That's my worst nightmare. Somebody who has done so well and has a leg and is like, You suck. Okay, that's hot. Like, how would I handle that? I mean, I'd probably drink a bottle of wine, but to Allie, I'd have to say, I respect your decisions. I respect you. If I am not the fit for you, I respect that. And you've got to do what's best for you and your team at that time. Okay? I've prepped for it. I know she's not going anywhere. I've already locked her down, but I've prepped for it. Another thing that is the worst nightmare of me, I have PV 1 month, and the next month I have no PV but my own. That's a setback. That's something that would be weird for me, or weird for anybody, or a negative. So how am I going to handle that? I'm going to go find new people and get them to try these products. I'm going to introduce a 7-day trial pack to them. I'm going to offer them a 1-stick sample. I'm going to get them a 7-day trial pack, not on my bill, their bill. And then I am going to coach them through the 7 days. I'm going to get them to love it. I'm going to get them to buy a month product, and they're going to love it. That's my next plan. So how are you going to handle that setback? Use setbacks as motivation. Okay. This has happened to me before. My PV was super good, went woo. So I use that as motivation. Whatever I was doing 15 months ago did not work. Revamp. That didn't work. I need to go do it again. I can't let people, here's my website, boom, go, pick what you want, have fun, girl, call me when you're skinny. That doesn't work, y'all. If that's your plan, please learn from my trial and error. That don't work. So don't do that. Okay. But that's something that's a setback, and you got to use that as motivation. So I turned around probably 6 months later, contacted those people that I thought that were going to do great on their own. And I said, I apologize. I was not as knowledgeable back then as I am now. I would love to help you again, get you on the right products. And y'all, I've probably had good chunks of people come back to me and say, well, thank you for that. That was genuine. You cared. You accept, you called out yourself. And that was motivation. I had a setback. I turned around. I made it my motivation. And now I'm moving forward with it. So personal growth is also going to be one that's going to get you to get through those setbacks. Like that book I just said, Circle Maker, big one. Rock Your Network Marketing, Sarah Rockin' Robbins. Y'all follow her on YouTube. Follow her on Facebook. Go and get her book. That's a great one. John Maxwell. What is
Laws of Leadership?
Yeah, GoPro. That's another one. Also, personal growth with videos. Leslie Zan, awesome network marketer, motivational speaker. Les Brown, awesome one. But our videos with Plexus, all of our jewels, y'all. If that ain't motivational, I don't know what is. Sign me up on Thursday night. If they already sent our Diamond documentary, I better go get my skinny pop. Yo, that is my favorite thing to do on a Thursday. I'm like, Dakota, come here. I'm like, it's a Diamond documentary. Are you ready? And we get comfortable. And he's like, look at that girl. Oh my God. Hey. He's like, she came from that. Oh, we literally sit there and talk about it. And I dream big. And I go, Are you ready when we get the popcorn and watch ours? He's like, I am. Yeah, we're doing this. I'm claiming this. Okay. That's something. That's growth for you. That's building belief. And if belief, y'all, all you got to have is a teeny tiny little mustard seed still, and it can do and move mountains. Mountains. It's just like having your faith. Okay. It can move mountains. Personal growth is key. If you're somebody who has not picked that up yet, start small. Okay. I'm not telling you to read a book a week. I'm not telling you to watch a video every day. I'm not telling you to go and start small. Add your personal growth to your goals. Okay. What is it going to be? Maybe this book is going to last you 6 weeks. Maybe it's a video every weekend. Maybe for myself, I usually watch videos when I'm doing my makeup in the morning. I just prop my little cell phone up on the little toothbrush holder thingy, and I pick which one I wanted. I have a list of them, and I'm in there listening to videos and doing that thing. I fit it into the nooks and the crannies of my life. My Yukon literally is a university on wheels. Seriously, I have my Bluetooth going with motivational calls and personal growth. I've got my Leslie Zan CD in there. I'm listening to what's going on about building a business. I've got some Sarah Rockin' Robbins stuff. We've got podcasts that I love to listen to. Everything. You figure out, what can I do? What can I do? Where do I spend my time getting ready? I'm an hour in there every day driving. I'm an hour around there every day. It's 2 hours of my life. I'm going to squeeze in personal growth. So when I get to my house, I don't have to have personal growth. I can work my business. I can sit down and do that. I can follow up. So there's a lot of things that you've got to figure out. It's the whole working smarter, not working harder. And that's a big learning curve for a lot of people. And I hit a new learning curve like once a month. I do. I'm like, oh God, okay, where am I going again? So it's super big. Allie, you want to say something?
Yeah, actually, you brought it up a minute ago, and a lot of y'all, some of y'all might not know, but what Jill said that Allie was her first ambassador, that's me, and she did not work the business for a while. Yeah, that's me. So I know we have like 4 minutes until it's been an hour, and I don't want to keep y'all longer than that, but I'm gonna like speed through that real quick and just tell y'all are on the call, so clearly y'all are motivated, but I'm gonna tell you, you'll probably have someone in your downline who's like me, and here's the deal. People, they have reasons, they have whatever, and the whole expecting setbacks is really important. But I will tell you, personal growth is the most important thing, I think, that has to do with Plexus. Because the thing is, I don't think I was ready to work a business. I was not ready to be a leader because I didn't believe in myself. I did not think I was capable. I didn't honestly, I believed in the products, but I did not believe in the business. I did not think that someone like me who had really low self-esteem, who had anxiety attacks when they walked into rooms with other people, who could not even fathom messaging or calling someone who I haven't talked to. How could anybody like that be successful? So I had a setback. I let the devil tell me that I couldn't do it, that I wasn't good enough, that people were going to judge me. One of the big things on why I actually decided to stop trying to sell Plexus, I was still taking the products. I love the products. But I remember feeling, and I don't know if someone said something to me or I just kind of came up with it on my own, but I remember thinking, well, I post more about Plexus than I do about anything else. And if somebody were to pull up my Facebook page, they would think that I lived my life for Plexus instead of the Lord. And I genuinely felt convicted by that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And I thought you were crazy when you told me that.
Yeah, no, she did. It's fine. But I was very it was not the right time for me. And, the amazing thing for me is that during that time, I did pull away from Plexus, and I pulled closer to the Lord, and I prayed a lot about it. And I just kept on seeking. And in December, so that was from September to December of last year, God really just brought it kind of full circle back into my life and kind of reassured me that, it has nothing to do, your Facebook does not decide whether you're a Christian or not. That's not his concern. And God kind of revealed to me that I could use it as a ministry, because at that point my anxiety had gotten so much better. So it's so amazing how God works, even through setbacks, even through maybe people in your downline who kind of pull away for a little while. You never know what God's doing in their life. So I challenge you that those people who maybe they're not on your team, maybe they're a customer, or maybe they're your friend or family member that's being ugly to you about it or not being supportive, I challenge you to pray for them, because God very well might be working on their hearts and might be shaping them into the person that they're supposed to be, so that they can pursue what they're supposed to pursue. Because I look back now and I realize that I would not have been a good Plexus ambassador then. I would not have been ready to do all the things that I'm doing now. And I'm so grateful that God put it on my heart the way that he did, and made me realize that I could make it a ministry. I reach out to a lot of people who have anxiety and depression. And those of you who have it or know someone close to you that has either of those things, it's a hard thing to talk about. It really is. Even once you feel like you've overcome it, it's hard. And so this has been an amazing thing for me. And I'm so grateful to have Plexus and my faith as something that I get to do hand in hand. As far as the personal growth goes, for me, that's been spiritual growth too. I have grown so much as a Christian, in the time that I've been an ambassador, because I'm constantly looking on how to support people, how to encourage people, how to love people, how to motivate people to just believe in themselves. And that has Jesus written all over it, And so I just felt like that was on my heart that I wanted to share for those of you who didn't know that about me. I was somebody who stepped away from Plexus. And do I regret it? I don't know that I would say I regret it But I mean, do I wish I hadn't had to go, didn't step away? Well, yeah, because I feel like I'd probably have other things going on, but I'm grateful for how God used it. So if you're someone who is struggling right now and thinking about stepping away, I really challenge you not to do that. I challenge you to reach out instead. I challenge you to reach out to anybody on this call, anybody, even any of your uplines, and just say, hey, this is how I feel. I need help, and we want to be there for you. We don't want you to have to face it alone, because that's not fun either. And it was hard to come back. Let me tell you, like, coming back, it was hard. I had to rebuild belief in myself. I had to build belief again, even with Jill. Like, I'm sure when I first came back, she was like, yeah, you're back, because that's just the truth. That's how people feel. My husband even was like, is this really what you're going to do? You said before you're going to do it. So it was hard to come back. So like I said, if you are struggling, if you're somebody or somebody on your team is struggling, I challenge you to reach out to them and see any way if you can help support them and encourage them. You guys are awesome, so I'm sure you're doing those things anyway, but I just felt like that was on my heart just to share. So.
Well, I think, guys, we're going to end it for tonight. All right. I hope you all have a fabulous evening. I hope this call is beneficial to you all. And I do want to give a quick shout out real quick, okay? So Natalie Pruitt's on the call, and she just told me she just sold someone over $250 in products while on the call. That's exciting. So that is a step, and that is not something small. It's something big. So go, girl. Yay, Natalie.
Go, girl. That's awesome.
All right. So y'all have a good night, guys. We will see y'all next week.